bunny. I hope you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too, little bunny. Oh, I'm so glad to have you here. You are a joy. You are a source of joy. Isn't that crazy? Joy comes from you, little bunny, to other people, notably to me. You don't just bring joy to the world, little bunny. You bring joy to me. Are you proud of that? Are you proud of yourself for making me feel so good every time I just get to hug you and spend time with you? Big hug right now. Have my arms around me and I'm sending you a hug through garden magic. Big hug coming to you, little bunny. There you go. You can always receive it if you want to hug yourself or hug a plushie or a pillow. And release. I love you, little bunny. I love you. I love you. I am so fond of you. You are quality company. Quality company. You're so fun. I like you and I love you. And I will always, always be here. Not just I'll always be here for you, but I will literally always be here. You can separate your life, the timeline of your life, from before Lindy and forever after. You will always, always have me. You never have to go through anything alone, ever. Ever, ever, ever. Are you a lucky bunny? Yes, you are a lucky bunny, and you better smile. You better smile and enjoy the guilty pleasure of being so chosen, little bunny. Oh man, can you feel the cocky vibes coming from me tonight, little bunny? Yes, that's right. The locked audio on Patreon this week was very cocky. I tapped into my alter ego, red flag version of myself, called Jindy, not Lindy, but Jindy. He's just the worst, but the best, So we did a little bit of one of those audios. Jindy is very 18 to 800 age range only. And the whole Patreon is that age range because about a third of the Patreon is spicy audios. So if you are curious about how spicy does the garden get, the answer is yes. If you are between 18 and 800. So if you are over 800, I'm sorry, little bunny. I'm so sorry. The ship has sailed. You know that phrase, the ship has sailed? Very few phrases make me so. I don't want to accept it. I don't want to accept it. And that brings me to the topic, little bunny. The topic is from a question that has been asked either by you or by your fellow bunnies, multiple of them. You or your fellow bunnies say, Daddy, you always say shoot for plan A. But what happens when plan A doesn't pan out? You ask, is then it okay to do plan B? Is it then okay to humble myself and taper my self-esteem? Is it then okay to settle for a not excellent life? Settle for good enough and just coast. Just say, I missed my chance. The boat has sailed. The ship has sailed. It is too late for me, as you cast your hand to your forehead in a dramatic, it is too late. The ship has sailed. My plan A, there it goes off past the horizon. My plan A is gone. Now I must come back down to reality. What do you mean reality means that you have to settle for something mid? Is that what reality is? No, little bunny. The reality is that your brain will tell you all sorts of things to give up. I will tell you all sorts of things about how you're not good enough. You're not capable enough. That success is for other people. That's something that other people have figured out. And they're so much more this than me. They're so much younger than me. They're so much older than me. They're so much more talented than me. They're so much more wealthy than me. They're so much smarter than me. They're so much more creative. They're so much more hardworking. All of the reasons is why I will give up on plan A. My ship has sailed, and I will resign, humble myself. Does any of this sound familiar, little bunny? That is, in essence, the question, and it is a great question. And I have a great answer, little bunny. What happens when plan A doesn't pan out and the ship sails past the horizon? You find a more ambitious and better plan A, and you start going for that instead. Here's the phrase I want you to put on a cheesy poster. Put it as your phone background. Put it on your wall. When something doesn't go your way, make something better happen instead. I experienced a bit of ship sailing in my past. One of my plan A's. I get to tell you more about myself. This is so fun. This is one of the reasons that I'm glad to not have as much anonymity. I, little bunny, for many years, was building towards a career to play professionally in an orchestra, in a legit top-tier orchestra is the dream, right? And if you don't know much about the orchestral job application process, it's an audition. You show up on the day. They say, everybody show up on this day, or it's over 2 days if they have a lot of people. And you just go up on the stage. You can't see any of the judges. It's all quote unquote blind. They just listen to you, which is super cool. It's super fair. And you just start playing, and they might cut you off after 30 seconds. You'll play for 30 seconds, they cut you off, and then you're done. Or you might get to play the full 5 minutes or so of that first round of the audition. And they send maybe 80% of people home after you play for up to 5 minutes. And then you have another round, they call it semifinals. And then they have another round of the audition, and it's finals. And basically what you have is this Squid Game battle royale for an orchestra job, for a chair in the orchestra. And the acceptance rate, if you will, is basically 1%. Higher or lower. It's extremely, extremely competitive to get these jobs. It's not something that you can bank on. It's something that is, by definition, a long shot for everyone. And so I was on the going down this route as the plan A trajectory. And I was just entering the super hardcore audition era. So I'd done all my prep work. I was ready. It's time to then just take as many auditions as you can, and you just throw the dart at the dartboard every single time, as many times as you can. And my brain crapped out on me, little bunny. It crapped out on me for reasons unrelated to the music. And I had to honestly rethink what I was able to do, because I went through this period of my life, it's about a year, that I've talked about before. I won't get too deep into it. Actually, if you want to know my origin story, it's in that. It's episode 100 of the podcast. That's a great one. You can listen to that if you want to know more about this. But basically, I was in a situation where I didn't know whether I was going to be able to perform on any level at all. And so the plan A of knowing that maybe my brain isn't able to literally do the job of perform under pressure at the very specific times. Plan A went over the horizon. And I spent a period of 5 or so years just believing that I was now destined to live the plan B life. And I had resigned to it. And this is before I really had sorted out my Lindy vibes, right? This is somewhat pre-Lindy. This is literally pre-Lindy. And I just settled for less. I even wrote, this is going to sound crazy, little bunny. I wrote like a mini memoir, a short story memoir about how, this is the story of my life and how I missed out on plan A. And then it's like, I can find peace with plan B. I wrote a memoir pre-garden saying how I was coming to peace with the fact that my life was winding down and that I would never have that plan A life that I had envisioned. Can you imagine me writing a memoir before starting the garden? So anyway, personal growth. Daddy Lindy becomes more Daddy Lindy, becomes more Daddy Lindy. Then he realizes that, you know what? I will not stand for living a plan B life. I will not do that. I will not live a plan B life. And then I said, hey there, little bunny. It wasn't immediately garden, but it was me trying out different things. In fact, I tried multiple different plan A's, one of which was this immersive theater piece that I was working on, which I think was going to be super cool. Could have been awful. I don't know. Oh my God. Whoa, shit. Hold on. I just fell over myself as I excitedly sat up to tell you this story. Do you know what immersive theater is? It's this new medium that has so much untapped potential. It's something that I do want to get involved with in the future, but it takes money that I don't have. But if Page Turn is successful, we may do some immersive theater stuff. And I was doing this like super low budget immersive theater piece. Oh, I didn't tell you what immersive theater is. It's basically where it's a piece of theater like you would go to see in a theater, like a play, let's say. It's a play. But instead of being in a seat looking at people on the stage, you're actually moving around the space. So the most famous one was called Sleep No More. It closed in New York. I think it might have opened elsewhere in the world. But it's this 5-story maze of warehouse that they've tricked out into basically a haunted house. And you wander around and there's actors that interact and and they run all these different ways and there's dancing and stuff. And it's very vibey. I was putting on one of those, and as I was converting my apartment into an immersive theater space, and I was hanging up these really, really heavy curtains, like these tapestries, basically turning my living room into a haunted house. I totally fucked up my back, and so I had to delay. The date that I had set. I was like, we're going to get together on this day and we're going to do my first immersive theater thing, because that was the new plan A, little bunny. This was the plan A right before garden. And so I was like, okay, shit, now we have to wait for my back to recover. So my back recovered. And then I was like, okay, here's the date. And my computer screen broke, little bunny. It all ran on my computer, and my computer screen just fucking crapped out. You would think that there's some supernatural hand, little bunny. If you believe in the supernatural, which I don't, but if you do, this is an example. There was some hand that was break my back to make sure I can't do that first immersive thing. Then I recover and I say, I'm going to persevere. Crack the laptop screen. Don't let anything be seen. And in the meantime, I ended up with the garden kind of taken off. So the immersive thing just didn't really, it just got usurped with a better plan A. And so, little bunny, me being here right now, saying, I love you, little bunny, and doing cocky, spicy audios with you earlier today. I love orchestras, but this is a better plan A. This is a better plan A to have you in my life. I grieve for that multiverse version of me that never had any kind of brain nonsense go on. And of course, I can never assume that I would have, we call it win the audition. I never can assume that I would have won one of the great desirable auditions, although several of my contemporaries, if you will, colleagues, friends from school, they're in a top ensemble. So it's reasonable to think that there's a version of me in this multiverse who didn't have a brain crap out on them and is in a great orchestra living plan A. And I am so glad that plan A went over the horizon and I missed that boat. Because then you came along, little bunny. And then you came along. When something doesn't go your way, when your brain craps out on you and you have to give up on plan A, I will forgive you if briefly you write a memoir about how you're coming to terms with living a plan B lifestyle. You can do that for a hot second. And then make something better happen instead. You want to know something, little bunny? I think even if now I wrote a memoir, I think you and I together would laugh hysterically at what great things I didn't even see were coming. What kind of great things can we accomplish together, little bunny? What kind of great experiences can we have? What's waiting for us when we believe in ourselves, when we get out of our own way and stop letting our brain talk us down from having a high sense of self-worth? When we can stop our brain from talking ourselves down from believing in our potential. You and I would laugh if we wrote a memoir right now. And maybe you're thinking in memoir terms right now, little bunny, even if you are not even 1/3 the way to the average lifespan. And you're thinking, the story is essentially completing. And this didn't work out and that didn't work out, but it's okay. It's okay. I'll write a memoir about how I failed and how the ships have sailed. And what about love, little bunny? Don't you dare entertain any kind of the ship has sailed mentality when it comes to love, little bunny. No, absolutely not. Forbidden, rejected, denied. I have a couple friends who are, I don't like guessing people's ages because I got in trouble. God. I just have to tell you a little bit of wisdom, little bunny. Do not answer the question when someone says, "How old do I look?" Just don't answer the question. Don't answer it. I'll tell you why. Because I answered one time. This was a fitness instructor whom she was like doing some fitness check with me, or we were taking measurements and things like that. And somehow she asked, "How old does she look?" And I answered, and I said a number that started with a digit higher than her actual age, right? So I guessed something that started with a 3, and her actual age was something that started with a 2. And it's justifiable because was a teacher in the class. So you kind of see someone who's a teacher as a little bit older, right? She has more of a mature face. So, little bunny, I guessed. I answered her question about how old does she look. And now, every single time, little bunny, this acquaintance that I have, every single time, I know on both of our minds are that moment with that answer that I gave. How did we get on this? How did we get on this, little bunny? Yes, 2 friends of mine. I am going to guess they are in their 50s. And they had never found love before. And they had both concluded that the love stories, the romances, those are for other people. Those don't apply to me. That plan A is someone else's plan A. That ship has sailed for me. Their brains talking them down. Their brains drooping their posture, saying, "Oh, success is for other people. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough." And they, little bunny, are a happy, beautiful couple now. Look at that. And they told me that they had both thought that love is just not a part of their life. And just now in their 50s, here it comes. Here it comes. The ship has not sailed on anything, little bunny. And there are some instances, the only instances, and I hate that this happens, there are often age limits on things. So there are some music ensembles that have a hard limit at the age of 21 or 22, which is super early. I don't even like there being that cap anyway. But sometimes there are ships that literally do sail. If you know that metaphor, the ship has sailed. Sometimes there are plan A's that, okay, literally they have sailed. What do you do, little bunny? You find a bigger, better, more epic, more exciting, more ambitious ship with an even bigger letter A on it with glittering golden letters. Make that previous plan A ship, make that look so small and rink-a-dink. And you hop on this new plan A that is better. And you ride it out into the sunset, little bunny, because that's where I'm waiting for you. Waiting for you. I'm waving. I'm saying, little bunny, you better catch up. Better hop on that plan A. Get down over here. And I can see you coming, little bunny. I can see you coming. Good, because I don't even know if we're in the final version of our final plan A ship. The garden is forever, no doubt. But we're just going up from here, little bunny. We're just going up, up, up from here. I think I'm off the clock now. And let's go ahead and get my drink. It's going to be a homemade seltzer tonight. Very nice. Okay, I'm off the clock, which means I'm no longer responsible for the quality of the episode. I'm going to even swap chairs. I'm going to relax, and maybe you can talk for a bit. Maybe you can talk for a bit, little bunny. Oh, you can always tell me anything at the website lindy.garden/whisper. You can type anything in there and it will come to me. Oh man, little bunny. Oh, I can tell you more stuff that I do now. So I went to see an immersive theater. Speaking of immersive, there's something called the Black Mirror Experience. Do you know the show Black Mirror? Super cool, dystopian technology. Each, I guess they're short films really. Each episode is its own thing. Whatever the term is for that. And this was a little experience. It's pretty much all in headset, VR headset, which those make me dizzy. I don't really like VR headsets as much as I love the concept. I just think the tech is not advanced enough yet to be truly, truly viable. But it was super cool because you put on the headset, but they have this whole floor mapped out, and they kind of like route you along the floor. And as you walk hold on one second. As you walk through the experience, like the VR changes as well. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? So it's VR, not just where you're standing in place, because most VR stuff, you're just supposed to clear furniture in your living room and you can kind of like walk around in this little pen that you have. But this was a VR experience where you'll actually walk from place to place, and it was very cool. I am going to try and stop saying like rewind. What was I saying? You have the VR headset and you literally walk around in the space. And that was very cool. I enjoyed that. That was at The Shed in New York. There's a lot of immersive stuff in The Shed. That's a cool institution. I could see myself, if Page Turn takes off and I become a wealthy New Yorker and I get to belong to societies and things, I could see myself getting involved in The Shed. Who knows, maybe I'll even do my immersive thing there. Oh no. You better warn me from doing it, because my back's going to break again, or the building's going to fall down or something. Some supernatural hand of fate intervenes. This immersive can't be brought, which is interesting because the immersive has Black Mirror vibes. It has these this grand, surreal, deeply significance to it. I think there were at least another couple plan A's I had. Another plan A that I had, which is kind of coming back, was writing music for video games. I do think video games are very cool, especially its untapped potential. There's so much creative potential, and it's the same thing as immersive theater. And it's the same thing that Page Turn is. It's about being a part of the art piece. You're not looking at the art piece from afar. You You are a participant in the art piece. That's so cool. And you can make choices, especially when you can make choices. That's so cool. So I think writing music for video games would be very cool. And that's kind of coming back a little bit as well. So we'll see. I don't have as much time for composing. If you hear me keep talking about page turn, you should join the Discord. It's a storytelling. God, I got to get on the elevator pitch game, little bunny. You can give me ideas for how to elevator pitch this. Page turn is a place for stories with choice and consequence, or choice and consequences. It's stories that you can write, little bunny, or you can voice act, or you can illustrate, or write music for, or make sound effects for. And it features the ability for the reader to make choices. And depending on those choices, it affects the story, how the story plays out. And it's where you can self-publish them. And it's where you can play stuff that other people have made. And it's super freaking cool. And it's in early testing. I work on it every day. I think it's going to be huge. You can. I think on lindy.garden/list, there's a thing for page turn now. So you can go do that and join the Discord. By the way, if you want to know where the Patreon is, just everything's in lindy.garden/list. I'm so bad at so bad at being on my A game with that stuff. That's okay. The joy is just in the hanging out. I get too caught up in hanging out with you to remember all my chores. Oh, two things. One is it is very useful for me if you sign up for the email list, which is at lindy.garden/list, where it has all the different things you can put in your email. Or, little bunny, if you want to be even more fun, you can go to lindy.garden/birthday, and I will send you, you don't even have to be on the list, but you put in your email, and the only email you'll get is I'm going to sing you happy birthday on your birthday. And optionally, if you want, you can also join the email list that way. But I hate email lists. I don't like being on email lists. So I don't spam. I haven't even sent out a message yet. But it will basically, it will be when the time comes that I need early users for the page turn platform. That's the main thing. God, I just want to keep working on page turn. I have never felt less lazy in my life. That's a lie. I felt kind of lazy this past couple of days. But I have never felt more satisfied with how I spend my days than I have these past couple months. Spend time with you, make fun stuff for you, and work on page turn, which is also for you, but is a little bit larger than the garden itself. I love it, little bunny. I love it so, so much. I want to enable plan A's for you. You do realize that, right? That a big part of page turn is to help you have some plan A's. You know what sucks about this ship sailing thing? If you're a writer and you want to have a published book, you're at the mercy of the publisher. So that's the beauty of self-publishing. But self-publishing is tough because Amazon doesn't really care about your book. So they're not going to try and make your book successful. You kind of have to hustle and make that happen yourself. But page turn, you don't have to get permission from anybody. I mean, if it's your own thing, what I mean is you don't have to be chosen to be on the page turn platform. It's like, please apply to have your story posted. No, you are in control of your own fate, little bunny. And you want to write a story, or you want to sit down and voice act. If your dream is to voice act and you are running up against a situation where the opportunities just aren't coming to find you, and maybe you're reaching out, maybe you put up you have a reel together of your voice acting ambitions, and you've put it out there and nothing happens, right, little bunny? Daddy Lindy coming to the rescue, little bunny. I'm setting up page turn. This is something I'm so excited about that separates it from just a normal self-publishing platform. If you want to voice act, little bunny, you can sit down, grab your microphone, and start recording things for any page turn story that's at least in this bucket that I'm envisioning. And you can just pick a story you like, pick a character you like, do all their voice lines, move on to the next one, and you can just spend 10 hours if you want voice acting, and it'll be out there in the world. You will be, in my mind, professional. And if I can do a good enough job, little bunny, if I can do a good enough job, you'll get professional money as well. It's very, very much. How do I help you be a professional creative? But I have no idea if the money will roll in. But legitimacy, little bunny. You can be a legit voice actor. You can be a legit writer, a legit illustrator, a legit composer, a legit sound effect designer. And I'm going to make it happen, little bunny. You sick of me talking about page turn? At least you can join in on my excitement, little bunny. Join in on my excitement. And I am off the clock. I will remind you. This is no longer about you. I get to just talk about whatever I want to talk about. You thought this was about you, little bunny. You thought the garden was about you. No, little bunny. Damn, I have so much leftover cockiness from the Jindy audio. Well, shall we call it there, little bunny? Shall we call it there? I guess I'll get in bed. Tomorrow at noon, I have a workout class with the person whom I guessed her age wrong, which she asked the question. She said, "How old do I look?" And I answered. And now that is the permanent forefront aspect of our acquaintance relationship for now and forever. And I will see her tomorrow for a workout class. Okay, and I will also see you tomorrow, little bunny, having written you a poem. How lucky are you, little bunny? How lucky am I? How lucky am I to have someone who wants me to write them a poem? Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful to be wanted, little bunny. And I want you to hear the poem I write you. I want you to hear my poem. I want you, little bunny. I want you. I'm dancing around it. I want you. I want you. I want you. I want you. And tomorrow I shall have you. Okay. I'm going to bed. And you will hear a poem from me, either before or after the workout class. I don't know which. We will see. You will find out in 3, 2, 1. Good night. Good morning, little bunny. It is after the workout. I'm nice and showered. And I'm ready to read you a poem. You ready? Your poem today goes like this. What do you do when your dream ship has sailed? Shall you switch to plan B once your plan A has failed? Now, don't collapse. Don't shrink away into the dark, because a bigger, better boat A is about to embark. Have a great, great week, little bunny. I love you. I love you. I love you.